Welcome to the Notnerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and for the 500th time, we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Well, hello there, Nate.
Hello.
Welcome. I couldn't help but notice, are you in my studio at home? This is awkward. Did we talk about this? Because I'm on vacation in the great state of Maine, and as you can see, I've shrunken down and I'm inside a little dollhouse. I've got my Raggedy Ann and Andy things to play with up here, and so it's good to see you. You are at my house.
Yes.
In the studio.
No, it's just green screen, but no, yes, I am.
No.
I can touch things.
You're physically there.
Yes.
And I noticed you added a few more iOS devices behind you there on the wall.
Just donating
No,
devices.
I did that before I left. Yeah, so people might be confused, but I'm the one that's remote this time. Yeah. And you're the one that's at home in my studio and taking good care of it. Thank you for being there.
Yes,
And I'm in Maine visiting my wife's extended family. We've got an Auntie Linda Lee. We've got a Candy, her husband Doug. I've met Uncle Nunky, wife Bonnie, and assorted other characters. So it's a lot of fun. I'm glad to be up here.
Yeah, no, it is weird being on this side, but we figured it would be a lot easier. And Yetup has joined the chat. Congrats on 500.
Oh, hey.
Thank you. Yes.
Welcome.
And before we get to anything else, we've got to wish a happy birthday to Dave. Dave, happy. I was going to bring balloons and...
Oh, thank you. And my family has given me some cards. Nice. And the highlight of the card from Auntie Linda Lee is that I got a $2 bill. Do you remember getting these from your aunties and uncles for your birthday? And so that was a highlight.
Collection. Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun out here. We've gone to the coast. We had a birthday party today, and some candle pin bowling. I keep calling it candlestick bowling, which is not correct. So little young ones, look up candle pin bowling at home on Wikipedia, and you'll learn all about it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yes. Well, I do have a hat on, and I teased.
I saw it. I see it's red. I'm a little concerned as to what it's going to say on the front, but let's see.
I did custom make one. It is not that red hat. This is the merch everybody's going to want.
Yeah, go to the full screen there so I can see it better.
Oh, yes.
The second one. There we go. Welcome to the Notnerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we're here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor. Perfect. It's our intro slogan.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought, and the reason that made me think of doing this was there was this hat we had a while ago where there was just like way too much information. I was like, I can match
just
that.
A wall of text.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Well,
I can tell my lighting setup is not set up for people who normally wear hats because the lighting's a little high for you.
Little vertical.
Yeah.
Nice.
We should have thought about that and moved it down some. That's great. Well, I love the hat. And we don't have to talk about your background because it's my normal background. But here, go back to my background. Yeah. I'll explain what we've got here. We've got, I'm in a 200-year-old house in the northeastern United States. We've got wallpaper. That's quite fun. We've got a lacy curtain thing. And then there's even an air conditioner up here. The window over there is wide open. We've got a nice cool evening, so it's bringing in the cool air.
Nice.
There's my background.
Yes, and producer Todd, welcome. Real Dr. R.I.P. VHS. Uncle Milky, he said.
Nope, Nunky.
Nunky.
Go ahead and switch back to the dual camera. People are tired of looking at me.
Yes.
But yeah, Uncle Nunky. And the story is that cousin Candy, Candace, when she was younger, she couldn't say Uncle Carl, so she said Nunky, and it stuck, and now everybody calls him Nunky.
Nice.
There you go.
And Chelsea,
it's kind of like, I don't have a key, I have none key.
None key. There we go. Chelsea in the chat. Hello from Isla and Chelsea. Happy birthday, Dave. Happy
Thank you.
Quintcentennial Notnerd.
What is it? Pentacentennial?
Pentacentennial? I was trying to look it up and talk with Quintcentennial. Quintcenticast, because we did do the Quadcenticast for 400.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes,
okay,
she said Quintcentennial. Yeah, whatever that was. And producer Todd says Dave looks like he's staying at the Bobbsey twins' house.
I'm telling you, I'm in a dollhouse up here. This is great.
Nice.
There we go. See, we even got some. Maybe this should be my view.
I would love to know what year that wallpaper was put up there, but it does look good.
I'm guessing the 60s, if I had to guess.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe the 70s.
Well, as we were looking over what we've done on the other hundreds and some of our big podcasts, we've looked back a lot and everything, and I went back and Chelsea, hey, Grandma says, happy birthday, Mr. Baylor. And
thank you.
Chelsea said, don't think I got it right. It's close enough. You got Quint in there. ChatGPT gave me all kinds of options of different ways to say it. But
I have no idea how to say it.
Yes.
So
but I was
you could
looking
say whatever, and
I was looking back through some past episodes, and this was from way back. But we had the Notnerd bingo card. I mean, this is within the first 100 episodes, and I was looking at it. Not news. We haven't really done not news for a while. Mention of the Mark and Podcast. Not ad. Picks of the week. Dave mentions a musical. The bingo card is mentioned. Sidestep. Yeah, we still do those. I can find the buttons. Dave talks about a game.
I know.
Nate forgets how to talk often. Pro tip, I even did bring, I did bring my pro tip bell. Doesn't work very good when you're holding it.
Yeah.
And then let's see, what else? Nate says quickly. Oh, man. High five.
Never
we used to do those high fives. Remember that? Where we'd have like the top 5 in the App Store? Nate says, in theory, that still goes. I still always say one backup is none backup.
That's right, Nate. You can't move forward. Is that second button?
Yes.
You can't move forward unless you back up. Behold the power of backup. So
nice.
There it is.
Listener voicemail.
It's easier to do in person when you're pushing the buttons yourself.
Yes. Listener voicemails. We haven't done many of those. Star Trek, Star Wars references. The tech bubble, big picture.
Yeah, what happened to the tech bubble?
I don't know. We need to get that back. Nate talks about food, holistic
Every
cost.
Show. There it is.
There it is. Dave does an accent. Yes, we still get those.
Well, I'm out here in Maine. I'm not going to do an accent while I'm out here. I get made fun of because I don't talk like they talk out here.
And Dave's pro tip, a new podcast is created. And Dave dislikes Facebook, which we could replace that with Meta. So, man, that one is still
tracks.
applicable. But
apropos.
Yeah, apropos. And I was trying to find Dave. I know, unless I completely was dreaming this, at some point, for some reason, we did a backwards episode. And I looked through all the hundreds, all the anniversaries, even the 50s. I couldn't find it where we started with the end and worked backwards. But if you can find that out there, not nerdians, go look through the archives, because
that's your task.
The mystery does elude me on that. But
I don't recall.
A little different episode today, obviously, being 500 and Dave being remote, and me trying to figure out how we're working all this stuff. But for our main topic, I wanted to, we were talking about this, and we have done all these episodes where we look back and look at all this old stuff. But 500 is just the beginning, folks. We are just getting warmed up on this podcast. I mean, So the funny thing is that probably for 500 episodes, either before the show or after the show, Dave and I talk about what we need to do to grow the podcast more. And it has been a long time, and just for a quick reference to tell you where we were when we started, I was listening to episode 1, and a couple things on that one that we discussed. Apple was at a 600 billion market cap, and we were talking about, well, we'll try not to talk about Apple all the time, but we might talk about them a lot because they're kind of a big deal. They're at 600
and we're big
billion
Apple
market
fans.
cap, and now they're over $3 trillion market cap. And the other thing at that point, I believe we both had iPhone 6S's, which was the current iPhone at that time, the 6S, and we're now on the...
Look behind you. I believe that pink one behind you is the 6S.
Yes, with the one when you had one tiny little camera. The screens had gotten a little bigger at that point. But that was a long time ago. But in looking forward, I did attempt to submit to the Guinness Book of World Records, and my goal was to submit for the world record for the least amount of podcast downloads with 500 episodes under their belt. Because I figured there are, we'll say persistent, there are few people as persistent as us that would have kept going this long, but we do have some great fans. We just, we'd love to get higher. So Guinness, they do not accept kind of those negative world records. We're not officially, but unofficially, I'm saying we have the world record for most 500 episodes with the least total downloads for 500 episodes. Because there's plenty of podcasts that have done 500,000, 2,000. Well, not plenty at 2,000, but there are some out there. But we're holding that down. Producer Todd says,
pretty high up there.
Yeah, there's still plenty of room to grow. Fun Employment just published episode 3,283. Wow!
Holy cow!
So I believe
they must do more than one a week.
Five a week, because they came from the radio world. So I think it's tied into the...
They just do it all day long.
Yes, the radio show. But yeah, that's... we do have...
A fun fact, isn't the Mark and Toddcast part of the Fun Employment Radio Network?
Yes, they are.
Podcast network?
Mark your bingo cards. We mentioned the Mark and Toddcast. Yes. Nice. Well, with that, we are committing. Now here's, and I got a little more extreme, Dave, because we had talked about for our 500th episode, getting 500 subscribers on YouTube. We're at, I believe, 353. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And I lost Dave. Oh, there
we
back.
Go.
Phew.
I don't
raise your hands too high.
Well, I think my camera might be getting hot. Let me open my door here. Oh no! Keep going.
Okay.
Pay no attention to the man
you
behind
didn't bring
the
your camera fan with you?
I didn't bring it. No, but you were using it right now. It's probably not on.
Yes, and one of the other things we realized is that when we started this podcast 500 episodes ago, we did not very accurately plan for our 500th episode. We didn't look forward 500 episodes and said, what will be going on? Will that be right around the 4th of July? Will Dave be traveling? Will it be Dave's birthday that it will fall on? But we still made it work. So what we're going to do... Why is
Everything's still going on my end.
No, I'm confused. I want to go to the driveway cam.
There it is.
Yes. There it is.
It's frozen is why.
No.
I don't see the timer counting down.
Yeah, because why is that? Let's, okay. I'm going to see if I'll go back to us. And let's
just close the app and restart it.
There we go. And...
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
It has happy
Hey, Grandma.
birthday.
There she is.
What?
The camera was frozen,
there's part
so
of her.
she couldn't see. Stand up, hey, Grandma.
I don't see her.
Yes, stand up. She's behind the car. It was showing your other car. It was like frozen. Oh, it was frozen from when I was here looking at the system the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hi.
so funny. She's been out there the whole time. I'm looking at the driveway cam and she texted me and I'm like, you can come out anytime you want. Happy 500. Oh, that is awesome. This is why you watch the YouTube
Ah, that's
video.
great.
Hey, Grandma.
This is
And she
wonderful.
texted me saying your neighbor came to water the flowers. She was going to come back soon. And she's been boiling in the sun out there. I am so sorry. Hey, Grandma. We're going to blame the technology on that one. That is hilarious that I didn't notice that nothing was moving out there. Oh, that's a great sign. Oh, man.
Oh. Well, thank you. Hey, Grandma.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
Yes. Oh.
She's hot.
Yes. Yeah, move into the shade.
Get in the air conditioning. Oh, she's going to leave that on your car
on the
there.
CRV.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get to see both two of our cars. The Leaf is not here, but my CRV and your Pathfinder, correct?
Thank you, Grandma. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And she's getting her drinks and her lawn chair, whatever else she's had there for hours, probably.
Yeah. Oh, man, I feel so bad. That's how far, over 16 minutes in. Yeah, she was sitting out there. She said she was at her post, and I have the window up here. But I did not realize.
You're like, I don't see you.
Then when I started looking at it, I'm like, that is the wrong car that's in the driveway. So it was still locked on last time. Oh, man.
Well, that's hilarious. Happy 500th. I thought it said happy birthday, but it says happy 500th.
Well,
wonderful.
Yes, happy birthday and happy 500. So.
Oh, that's so good. That warms the cockles of my heart.
And there's Chelsea and Isla.
What?
No way.
Look at those guys.
Best driveway cam
ever.
Holy
cow.
Oh.
That's some good timing right there.
Yes, that is hilarious.
This is the best driveway cam ever. Did you arrange all this, Nate? That's
I did not
awesome.
arrange Chelsea and Isla. I did mention to Hey Grandma, because she had said she was bummed you were going to be out of town. I did say, hey, just let you know the driveway cam will come into play. But yes, oh, that's great. Is fun. Well, maybe, you know what, Dave? We're going to do it first here. I'm going to run out there and say hi to people. So you hold down the fort for just a moment. Okay. I'll be back.
All right. I'll tell people what we've been doing as he's undressing his microphone there. So here in Maine, we've had some fun time. The cousins, my wife and I went down to Camden, Maine, and tooled around there. You can look at it on your map as Nate, there he is waving. Then was it Rock Harbor or something like that? Then we went down to a cool lighthouse that at the end of the Forrest Gump movie. Oh, and look, we've got just a random person walking by on the driveway cam. That's fun. I should have moved the car so we had a wide open space for everybody to look at. And then down to Booth's Bay, which is very cool. And then back home. And one of the things that you're all going to be jealous of, we stopped at Fielder's Choice Ice Cream. I can't remember the name of the town. Starts with an S. Dude, so much ice cream. I could barely eat it all, but it was fantastic. Here we got some play-by-play here. We got Hey Grandma coming. Isla is coming up with Nate. Is she gonna come inside, or is she just gonna be on the? Oh, it looks like she's coming. Oh, right here. There she is, waving. Hello, everybody. What a celebration. I wish I was in there so I could press the air horn button. That's fun. And I hope Isla doesn't run over, or I hope that Chelsea doesn't run over Hey Grandma as they're rearranging things here. That's fun. Wes, I don't see you out there with your family. What's going on? Todd, is your car working? You could have driven there. Now, Yetep, you get a pass being in Washington, of course. There it is. That's perfect. That's perfect. He's putting it on the car. What else? Of course, they celebrated my birthday with my $2 bill I got here today. And all I got to say is we're having a great time out here in the great state of Maine. If you have a chance to visit, please do. And for our 500th episode, thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing, and being here with us as we do this milestone. Oh boy, it looks like Chelsea's got to get a photo op with Hey Grandma and Isla and Nate. So that's fun. Look at that. I wonder how long he's going to sit out there and chat. Now, Nate is a talker. He's running back in. But I thought, oh man, for sure they're good for 30-minute chat out there. What a good time. Anyway, if you guys have questions about Maine, please let me know. I know that people from the Pacific Northwest probably are dying to go there because it is quite the haul. Oh, he's back. Hey, Nate, you can't hear me yet because you don't have your earpiece in, but can you hear me now?
Yes.
I had a mix of commentary sharing with people about my Maine trip so far and giving. There it is. Yes. I was waiting for that, and the live play-by-play out there in the yard for our audio listeners.
Yes, yeah. So
I love where you put the happy 500 sign.
Yeah, that's a much
perfect.
Better spot. They didn't know where the camera was, so she was sitting over there. So I let her. It was funny because they both had the live streams going on their phone, so I'm hearing you delayed. So I got to watch the 500th episode too a little bit.
Oh, that's cool, man! And I kind of got to see it right here on my screen.
Yes.
So
yes, so
wonderful.
Some chat. That's awesome. Waiting, producer Todd. Did you see the chat at all, or? Way to go.
I did not have it up.
Way to go. Hey, Grandma. And then Chelsea, amazing surprise cameo. Now the ice cream truck needs to come by. I'm so bummed I didn't drive out. It's like a bad 80s movie. Dave goes out of town and everyone throws a big party at his house.
I know.
I thought about, could I fit them in here? I was like, oh, we'll just go on the camera. Chelsea got a picture of us together out there. So.
As you have mentioned several times, that space you are in right now is deceivingly small.
Yes.
But maybe when I get one of our spare bedrooms outfitted as my studio, we can bring in guests and have room for them in there.
Yes. So no, that was a very. Oh, and we've got more people coming on the driveway cam. Neighbors are all out. It is warm outside. Yeah. Hey, Grandma got a little warm. She was cooking out there, but that is. Sorry for the interlude. That is why you watch on YouTube, though, because the audio podcast...
That's why you watch. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, back to 500 being just the beginning. Here's what I'm saying, Dave. So, since this one ended up... you were on the other side of the country. In January, we will hit our 10th anniversary.
Wow.
So, I am saying right here, right now, Dave... We get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before our 10th anniversary, or we retire. That's our...
Yeah.
We got to motivate ourselves. We got to get going. We got to start...
We got to do it.
We are going to grow. Interestingly enough...
What's our plan? What are we going to do?
Okay, I will get there. So I have told people, and I've told a couple people in the last week, either talking about our 500th episode or just talking to other people about podcasts. And they, oh, should I start a podcast? And I say that I've said this before. The secret to a successful podcast is to be very famous before you start a podcast, which we were semi-famous.
That is the surefire way.
Yes. Yeah. Like all the celebrity podcasts or do a murder mystery podcast.
Which we don't care about.
But no. So here's what we need to do. And what... Friend of the show, Wes, has told me this many times because I've talked to him about this. He's like, oh, there's so many gems within your podcast, but it's hard to get a random person to commit to say, oh, I'm going to watch an hour-long podcast to see if something, if there's something I can learn. So we've got to do shorter stuff. All these tips that we have, all these gadgets we have, we've got to start.
Just do it. Individual videos for each tip. My brother has suggested this for years.
I know.
As well.
Yeah, we've known what to do, but we wanted to wait till we had a nice little base of 500 episodes before.
Yeah, something to pull from.
Yeah. We don't want to just start out of the gate with all the good content. So we're gonna start doing that. Dave and I talk about it like literally every week. And but here we've got what. August, September, October, November, December. We have 6 months to get moving on some videos.
That's less time than it takes to make a baby. We don't have a lot of time.
No. Yes, but and we need your guys' help too when you like and share and ask us questions. Let us know what you want to know, or if we have a really good tip on a show that you hear say, "Oh, that was great. I had no idea." And some of you guys already do that, of course.
Yeah.
And oh, hey,
We get
Grandma
some good
said,
feedback from our core.
yeah, I was in the shade, sort of. And producer Todd, advertising space
Sort
on
of.
the Mark and Toddcast, Portland at the Movies, and Dr. R.I.P. VHS. Inquire within. Yes, yeah, we'll advertise.
Nice.
You mention us all the time. Anyways, thank you. I was thinking,
Yeah.
Ryan Trahan, my pick of the week from a couple weeks ago, he's on this tour around the U.S. And if you donate $5,000 or more, like we talked about to St. Jude, he'll talk about you on the show. And I'm like, each of these videos is getting a couple million views, but $5,000. So we're going to do it organically. We are going to get the word out.
Nate,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm willing to donate my birthday present to get us started.
There we go.
There it is. Where it's not in focus. What's going on here?
Yes, very nice. Well, yeah, so that is that. And you know what else we're going to do?
What's that?
Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
Yes. Nice. My pro tip this week, Nate, and you can jump in as well, but if you switch to your camera, the one in the studio,
yes,
look what I did. I programmed the computer to present like and subscribe on the screen.
You said you were going to do some graphic design.
Yeah, it's not green screen. Oh man, look at that. How do you? I can't even top it.
Floating.
Yeah.
Will it hit the corner?
That's perfect.
To do reverse.
I'm going to make an animated GIF out of that. Ring that bell. But like and subscribe is the best way. Here's the deal. I usually am above board on everything, but if you have a bunch of Google accounts, sign into all of them and subscribe on all of them. I mean, I've got about 6 Google accounts, and I don't even know if I've subscribed in each of those. I should probably do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, like and subscribe. That's the tip.
Yes, like and subscribe. And on other social media too. If you see our stuff on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, are you posting on Blue Sky?
I do occasionally, not the show usually, but you might want to switch back to the both cam. That people might get tired of looking at you. I do the same thing. I forget all the time. I'm a little more seasoned.
A couple chats back to the driveway activity. Chelsea said, haha, we got lucky with that timing. I was confused when Nate started talking about action on the driveway cam, and we were still 4 minutes away. Good to finally meet a grandma. Props on the sign and balloons and waiting in the heat. Send her a prize package. And I don't know if you guys could see it on the camera. She made her own Notnerd hat. I didn't see that. Producer Todd liked and subscribed on Rumble. Yes, there is a backup of our videos posted to Rumble.
Rumble, geez. That sounds like a men's only type.
Rumble in the jungle, Royal Rumble.
Social network.
Yes. Well, with that, I mean, it is time for everyone's least favorite segment. Just the bylines. I could not hear that too. And we already looked at the drive. Yeah, but there's the sign again in case you missed it. It does say Notnerd across the bottom there of the thing. She has our little logo and the balloons. That is really cool. Hey, Grandma, I'm going to get emotional here. I mean, that's good. That's above and beyond. Yes. But yes, we have a new segment called Just the Bylines. We always talk about just the headlines. Well, we never mentioned those heroes and heroines who write those stories. And so today we're trying something a little bit new since it's a special episode, Just the Bylines. And Nate, I have no idea how this is going to work, but well, here we go. It is time for... Wait, do you have to... Oh, sorry. I'll let you go. Sorry. It is time for Just the Bylines. By Verne Kopytoff, Senior Editor Tech, July 5th, 2025 at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. By Jowi Morales, published July 3rd, 2025. By Rya Jetha, published July 5th, 2025, 6 p.m. Rebecca Dick. 10:01 a.m. Pacific, July 1st, 2025.
Marcus Mendes, July 4th, 2025, 7:29 a.m. Pacific time.
Alex Longley, Bloomberg News, June 24th, 2025, 9:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
And finally, July 1st, 2025, Brian Fagioli. And that, yeah.
And those are just the bylines. So what do you think, everybody? Yes.
That was one of the most ridiculous things we've ever done.
Producer Todd says genius. And Yetup, who does get partial credit when we were discussing our 500th episode, he said, I can get behind this segment. Yes, that just the highlights. They are all real.
Those links
stories.
are real.
Yeah, check the show notes afterwards and you can see what the actual stories were. But usually you get a good idea from the headlines. I would say with the bylines, not so much.
Maybe you recognize one of the names. Like if I saw something like Macworld, Jason Snell,
yes,
June 4th, 2025, I might be like, oh, that's an article on some Apple thing or something like that. But if you don't recognize the writer, then
yeah.
Tough.
I was going to put a Mark Gurman in there because I did have a couple stories from him. He's the quintessential. That's not the Quintcenticast, but the quintessential Apple leaker, and he works for Bloomberg. But yes, that is true. Yetup said that maybe they were a little too political, and I will remind people that we are the most nonpartisan podcast on the internet.
Well done, and thank you, Yetup, for putting us back into the center. We really appreciate that.
Yes. We're going to skip most of the takes tonight, but there was one that I thought I figured was related. There was an article that came out recently that Apple is celebrating 20 years of podcasting. So we obviously wouldn't exist if Apple wouldn't have really taken the lead on getting podcasts going. Our faces aren't showing on there. So they did... Since the medium came to iTunes in 2005, our team has dedicated countless hours to helping people discover new shows. Notnerd, apparently. Celebrate 20 years. Here are 20 favorites that best exemplify how far podcasting... I should have hacked this page and put Notnerd on there. That would have been a good one to do.
That would have been fun. 99% Invisible by Roman Mars.
So they kind of did it by different year groups. 2011, The Truth, never heard of it. The Read, never heard of it. Song Exploder.
You've never heard of The Truth?
I've never heard of The Truth. Song Exploder, Serial. That was 2014. I think that was, and they even say here, few shows have changed podcasting more fundamentally than Serial. I would agree with that. Mystery Show. Acquired, The Daily, I've heard of that.
Acquired's good.
Color Daddy, heard of that one. Moonface, Dolly Parton's America. Why didn't I know about this?
What?
Oh man,
I want to listen to that.
Huberman Lab, Suave, Sweet Bobby, Baby. This is Kiki Palmer.
Interesting. I don't know what that is.
So
I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced.
There are a lot of podcasts, and there's a lot of. It's always interesting when you start talking to somebody about podcasts. I've done that over the years, and they're like, "Oh, I listened to this one, and I'm like, "I've never heard of those." And most of the ones I listen to, they haven't heard of. So it's such a personal thing and so diverse. And hey, Grandma said she was sitting on the edge of her seat, and. Producer Todd, when was your first podcast? I've been listening to them in one form or another since like 2003 and all on my shuffle. Yes. Still using this shuffle. I think, do you remember when you kind of started getting into podcasts, Dave? So I think, iTunes, they started in 2005. So I would say it was probably around then, but I think in iTunes, even before,
it was probably around there.
I think unofficially there was some. There was one that I remember back when I first worked at Dr. Bot, and it was a Grand Royal, which was the Beastie Boys label, and they had like a music show. It was iTunes Radio, I guess it was, which was kind of podcasting before podcast happened, and then I kind of got into like This Week in Tech and.
I don't know how long Leo Laporte and his This Week in Tech network started, but I was listening to them probably in the first or second year that they started, and they've been doing it longer than anybody else.
Yeah. So that was some of the original ones, and then yes, lots of podcasts I've listened to and we've made since then. Hey, Grandma says, never heard of The Truth. Now you're getting a little political again. Yes, we already gave a disclaimer. Oh, and Eric Sather's in the house. Bruh, The Legend, the Carpool Podcast, 2 episodes with the Southeast carpooling employees of Dr. Bot. 2 episodes. Wow, congratulations on that. And yet up, my first podcast was a fantasy baseball podcast, which that is yet up. Dave, do you listen to a lot of fantasy baseball podcasts?
A lot of fantasy podcasts, but none of them have to do with baseball. Yeah. Hey, and speaking of Hey Grandma, can you switch to my camera real quick?
Yes.
I won't reveal her face, but she did show me a picture of her hat since I missed it.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
So there it is. Very sweet. Awesome. Nice work, Hey Grandma. Thank you for sharing that hat. I just showed a close-up of the hat part.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah, nice. Feel free to switch me back anytime now with my giant face. And
man, it's so much easier when I don't have to press a button.
Yeah, and, I know.
Eric says, we had a mic in the car. We talked too much about another employees couldn't post it. Yes, that's I was talking to a guy and he said that
I don't remember that.
His friends started a podcast just talking about whatever, just kind of humor stuff, but like one of them had a mom in, I want to say like Latvia, some Eastern European country. And they were like the #1 podcast in whichever country this was, just because apparently this grandma had spread the word about that. And I don't know if how related they were to it, but I'm just looking through my buttons here for the we'll just do this one because we also want to remember about our Picks of the Week. What sound do you
There
use?
is an echo button on there that looks like a...
Yeah, but it would do your
like
echo,
an echo,
wouldn't it?
Oh, it would.
Because we're reversed. So, so I'll turn on your echo for a moment and then remember to turn it off.
Okay. It's time for our Picks of the Week.
Nice.
So I hope I'm not echoing still.
Yes.
The funny thing is that when I was getting all this set up to use reverse, I was like, where's that echo coming from? And I'm like checking the cables and I'm double checking the camera and the mic. And I was like, I looked down and the button had been pushed. I must have pushed it accidentally. So I'm like, oh, no wonder there's an echo. I pushed the echo button.
Nice. Eric says it was him, Tom, Gavin, and Jared on that Dr.
Oh,
Bob
boy.
podcast. Good time. Man, that's a blast.
That's a good group.
Yeah.
We should have had Jared on. Maybe he could have talked about that.
Yes. Well, for Picks of the Week this week, I wanted to go back and look, since I knew Dave was out of town. Our first Picks of the Week were on episode 43. ICANN Haz Photos.
How many episodes ago was that? 500 minus 43. Do it in your head quick.
Is 457.
Nice. I knew you could do it.
October 6, 2016. Look at that phone picture on there. What were we even talking
is that
about?
like a one generation phone?
Oh, and I was listening to that one and I was super tired at the beginning of that one and you called me out. But the coolest cooler, that was big news back then. We were talking about there was a flag photo printing Kickstarter, which was this unlimited photo printing service that I supported the Kickstarter. I'm glad I looked at this. And you were supposed to get lifetime photo printing. So I'm going to be checking into that and see if I can print some photos. But I think the company might be defunct. The Samsung Galaxy Note 7 safety recall program. Remember those were exploding on planes?
Yeah, I remember.
ICANN. We had a bunch of stories on ICANN. But our
That's why hence the title.
Yes, Nate's article on Google Photos, Amazon. Oh, we did have a not ad for your bingo card. We had the Amazon Dash buttons. Remember those where you could just have a button next to your washing machine and reorder laundry detergent?
Those things are no more.
Yes.
They close those down.
Yes, but our picks on our first picks of the week, my pick was Feedly. Follow your favorite sites, which I still use. I could not do the show notes without Feedly. It is a great service. You can add in whatever sites you want to follow, and anytime they make a post, it just puts it in this list, and I can easily click through it and and then get to the article if I need to. They do a lot of AI stuff and like kind of deep research things that they can do to get you sources. So if you need to deeply research something, whatever it is. I actually have a client. She does food industry trends. So she has probably 50 different food blogs and websites, like, major publications. And she uses that for a ton of her work. It saved. She used to get the emails from each company, and she would go through the emails and then click on links she wanted, and it was a hot mess. So years ago, I got her. I should get a testimonial from her on that. But Feedly, I love it because, I always hear people say, oh yeah, every morning I go to Mac Rumors and I go to 9 to 5 Mac and then I go to Tech Meme. I just go to Feedly and I can quickly, in one spot, it pulls in all the data and gives you all that information. So,
I may look distracted because I'm looking off to the side, but my sister was wishing me a happy birthday, so I invited her to join it, watching us on the thing. I don't know if she will or not, but then I was like, how do I look at the chat on my phone? Because I'm doing it through the web browser, and I don't see how I can. There's no chat on here. On the web browser version.
Did you even mention the technology you're using to come to us live today?
No, I could describe that for one moment. So typically,
Jennifer Edwards says happy birthday in the chat.
There she is. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Jen, I think I'm in Maine right now. And so what is a technology? Well, instead of bringing a laptop, an Elgato Stream Deck to switch the cameras, a big camera, maybe a second monitor in the form of an iPad.
All of the things I can that I'm looking at
manage
right now,
all the screens. Yeah, all the stuff. I can usually get away with just doing a computer and a camera or whatever. But I knew on my trip I was going to be bringing an iPad anyway. And so really the only extra piece of equipment that I brought today was my large ZV-E10. I know I'm embarrassment of riches here. I have two of them. One that's looking at your face right now, and one that I bought secondhand that I brought with me to take photos and to do this. Oh no, am I freezing? Looked like I was freezing a little bit.
Look good to me.
I look okay. Okay. So I'm tethering the camera to an iPad. We're using a website called Video Ninja to link it back into my computer at home that you're operating. And I'm using a Sarmonic.
Might be a future pick of the week.
I'll show you the back of it.
Yes.
But this is the back of the case.
A wireless
and
microphone.
It's my audio wireless microphone solution. And then I have a previous pick of the week, the Cam McKay Lite, the X100 from Zhijin. I can't remember the company. It starts with the Z and it's Chinese. Yes. But you may say, Dave, the lighting in that area is great. No, it's terrible. I brought my own light, so that's why it looks good. I'm bouncing it off the ceiling. And then that's basically it. Camera, iPad, light. Yes, so everything's done with that.
I think that might be the first time that one of us in 500 episodes has not been using a computer to connect in. I think we've always had a computer in the past whenever we've done our shows. So the future is here.
And honestly, with the new technology in iOS 26 that's coming out, if I were to put it on my phone, I could do it with a camera, a phone, and nothing else. Actually, I could just do it like this on my phone and nothing else, but it may not look as good.
Yes.
So it is amazing that maybe next time I'll just bring my phone along if it's got a better camera and do it that way.
Yes, it is. It is amazing. And we are a more complex podcast than most with our show notes and links and all this stuff. But yeah, it's good to know that you can travel and do things, have a great setup. I mean, you have fuzzed out a couple times, but your picture looks amazing. And
yeah, we've got standard internet downstairs. I was a little bit concerned that there's too much floor and stuff here. Just a basic internet service. It seems to be working fine.
Very nice. Oh,
and I brought all kinds of power.
We've got somebody else. I think that's a neighbor that I saw earlier.
Oh, that's a neighbor's pickup.
Maybe we had somebody else coming to visit. There was somebody that walked by while we were out there. I was going to say, hey, do you want to be on the live show, and really confuse them. But yes.
Well, maybe Rachel has walked by and we didn't even notice. So
yeah, well, she was coming. I don't know if you heard. She was coming earlier to feed water the flowers and.
Yeah.
Noel.
Hey, Grandma saw her.
Okay, so after your technology sidestep, we'll get back to what your first picks were on that episode.
Yeah, it was Getting Things Done, the book, the app, the website by David Allen. And talk about, so there was a guy that used to work at Apple called Guy Kawasaki, and he was an evangelist for Apple, and I can't remember what he did. He made something or whatever, but he rode on the coattails of that one thing that he did forever. Like he did one thing and that was his thing for 20 years and then he retired rich or whatever. So David Allen, I feel like, is kind of the same guy. He has put together a philosophy that's not really new, but he distilled it down into simple steps, explained it a special way. I guess maybe he's a teacher by essence. The Getting Things Done protocol, made a book, sold 1 billion of them. So guess what David Allen does today? You're right. He gives seminars on getting things done. He does nothing else. He's done it for like 25 years or whatever.
Maybe we need to bring him on the show to get us to get things done to grow the podcast.
Maybe so, but it's a great methodology if you have a business, if you have a life that's not very organized, if you're a school teacher, if whatever in your job, if you want a methodology to get things done, it's a really good methodology. And it's been long enough since I've read it and practiced it that I could not give you a great overview, but just either ask ChatGPT, look on Wikipedia, go to get things. It's probably gtd.com. I don't know if it's some weird site. Don't blame me, but just Google Getting Things Done by David Allen and you'll find it. So it's really a powerful philosophy on productivity that millions of people around the world follow. So that was my pick.
I'm glad to hear about that for the very first time. I'll have to look into that book.
Yeah, no.
How do I read the book so that I'll get around to reading the book? I need the cliff
you know
notes.
full well what it is.
Yes, I
do. Well,
that's
honestly, ask ChatGPT to give you a summary and it will. So.
Yeah, and then you also had kind of as a secondary pick, I think, Wrike Project Management. Is that something that
this
still
is something
exists?
It's not. You may have heard of Trello or Google Keep or Obsidian. It's one of these task management. It's an online task management tool. I think they have apps as well to help you organize your to-dos, your product management type content. You can do timelines and they're like notes and collaboration. It's one of those tools. There's 1 million of them. And I'd heard of it. Then we started using it a little bit at work. That kind of died in a hurry. But if you have a team of people and you need to organize, another one would be, it's Slack. People use Slack a lot. Yeah. It's got communication and all these tools built in. So there's Getting Things Done.
4.5 stars on 10,170 ratings.
Yeah.
That's not
This
bad.
guy, he and Guy Kawasaki, they did something once, and it's all they've ever done. I guess maybe that's you and me. We did a podcast 10 years ago, and we're still doing it. So,
Yes, yes.
except for they're making millions.
Yeah.
What?
We took a diversion there.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to mention also for your birthday that Amazon Prime Days have
Mm,
started. We didn't give you
yes.
anybody a head up on that.
You're welcome for me having a birthday because it ushers in Amazon Prime Day. Not exactly every year, but usually in the ballpark. But this
Yes,
time it's exactly starts today on my birthday. So
very
let
cool.
go of those pocketbooks. And speaking of my sister, I hope that her connecting to my account thing is still working. One of the biggest regrets I ever did was
Oh
canceling
yeah, I remember
Amazon
that.
Prime because it just broke a bunch of stuff that had been grandfathered
Yes,
in that I had no idea. So
yes,
anyway, sorry about that, sis.
that was a good lesson learned. Well, um, Chelsea earlier today, hey, if you need a pick of the week, you could pick these. So I
Mm.
figured since it's Prime Days, it's a Prime Day deal. These are the Quitch Mosquito Bite Itch Relief Patch, After Bite Insect Bite Treatment, Anti-Itch Cream Alternative Insect Bite Relief, Cruise, Travel, and Camping Essential for kids and adults. I would say
All in one breath.
these are the colorful ones
Nice.
here. But
So
they're
here's a
also,
question. Do I have to be a kid to use this, or can I use it as a
no,
very young adult?
well, we actually had some of these. We learned about them recently and had some clear patches, and I have used the clear ones. Now, if you're okay, if it's can be under clothing or whatever, but we were out doing some fireworks the other night and we got a bunch of bug bites. So Isla and I were putting on these Quitch patches. Now they have colored, they have a bunch of
Mm.
different ones, but they work really good. So for $7, but it's a great reminder to head over to where did I to notpicks.com. There we
Where
go.
is it? There it
There
is.
it
Oh,
is. And I
first
even got the
time.
images
Nice work.
fixed, but some of our
Nice.
great previous picks might be on Amazon Prime. So if there was something that if you just got some money you need to spend, or if there's something that you wanted to purchase, it's a great time. If there's something you need or want, there's a good chance Prime Deal Days, whatever they call it this time around, that you
Yeah.
can get a little discount on it. So you can't get Renee
Yeah. Very
Ritchie's
good.
YouTube channel, but that's already free. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You
so
can't buy that.
that would be another great way to support Notnerd on this quest to 1,000. Our quest to 1,000 by January
We
would
can
be
do it,
just to
sis.
go
If you're
through
not
Not Picks.
subscribed, yeah. If you're still listening, Jen, subscribe, like, ring that bell so you're notified. The whole
Yes.
kit and caboodle.
Oh, and
Get your lazy husband to do it.
yes, and then watch. We do have a couple
Yeah.
other comments. Chelsea said her first podcast was probably "You Made It Weird" with Pete Holmes. Whenever I
I
introduced
switch
her
it
to
back
it.
to the, switch the camera back if
Oh,
you can.
I really want to sell that Not Picks. So Pete Holmes, "You Made It Weird." That was one that we've listened to. I've ebbed and flowed on different podcasts. And then, hey,
Yeah.
Grandma said it was Ringo's birthday yesterday, which was also Isla's
Hmm.
birthday. So happy birthday, Ringo Starr and Isla. I'm guessing
And
that's the
Isla.
Ringo we're talking about.
I'm sure it is. And I'm curious how old Ringo is. And if I'm going to guess, I'm
Yeah,
going to try to
you
guess because I
guess.
don't
Real
know. I'm
time
going to guess
follow up.
I think he's 82. Is he 82?
Let
You're going to
us
look it up.
see. Drum
Hey,
roll,
Grandma was going
please.
to text me probably.
Do a little air horn. Ringo Starr is not. He was born in 1940, so that would make him 85.
Oh, 85.
85th
Okay.
birthday. Yeah, there it is.
Nice work, Ringo.
Yeah, so him and Isla share a birthday. That is fun stuff.
That's
83, she
that
said,
is
but
fun.
I think according to
Oh,
Wikipedia.
85. She just texted
Oh,
me 85.
okay. Okay.
Nice. Thank you. Hey, Grandma.
Oh, well, I told Dave, of course, quickly, we'll just do a shorter episode. We'll just talk about some
Yeah.
stuff and get you back to the family.
Because you
get
never know
on
if
your
my
trip.
internet's going to go out. I'm here
Yeah,
in
yeah,
rural
we'll just
Maine. You
keep
never
it
know,
short.
right?
And here we are, true to form, coming up on an hour, but I did have to go out onto the driveway for a while, and
there was
man.
extracurricular activities.
You
I had to
to
give a tour of my
yeah,
200-year-old house here.
yeah, you had to talk about ice cream. Yes, but
All
man,
kinds. Man, that ice cream, good stuff.
good ice cream.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, my body isn't going to appreciate it, but we're going to go again before we go home.
Yes.
Fielder's choice if you missed it earlier.
Nice.
And no, you don't have it. I think it's just a Maine thing. I don't think it's anywhere else.
If it's not the main thing, the main thing's the main thing. Yes,
Yeah, I think I need to write slogans for Maine, because keep the main thing would be a great slogan.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make a hat. And if you missed it at the beginning of the show, I did the full intro on a hat. So I'm going to try to get some merch. But yeah, so Dave, we're going to coin the phrase road to 1,000 and for January. And
road to
one
1,000.
thing I do want to do that we just could not make work this time is get you guys more involved. You guys have been awesome in the live chat on YouTube. But you know,
you stopped by my house? That's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, so for the 10-year anniversary, everybody to Dave's house. But no, we've done videos in the past. We've done voicemails. We've done other things like that. But that is something I want to go for that, because you guys are valuable and you keep us going. That was truly awesome to have Hey Grandma and Chelsea and Isla come show up.
That was great.
Yes, but yeah, so look out for January, but be looking out from now until January, because we're going to be putting out more stuff, doing new things. We have, over this last year, we have done some new things. It's been 2 years now that we've been doing the live on YouTube, which I really enjoy. I love being able to have the live feedback.
It's added a whole new level to our otherwise kind of boring podcast.
Yes.
So
once you get our faces involved, man, then it's good as gold. But yeah, any other parting words, Dave, to the fans?
I don't think so. Remember to like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. That's one of the wisest things you ever told people. You don't have to like the people to let them know about Notnerd. Maybe you're having a parking lot scuffle with someone who scratched your car with their cart. Be like, you're the dumbest person on earth. I hate you. Get out of here. I'm going to call the police. Oh, and by the way, be sure to like and subscribe to the Notnerd podcast.
Yes.
I bid you adieu. I mean, there's no reason to save it for people you know and love. Share it with everyone. So that's my parting words of wisdom.
Yes. And Hey Grandma says, boring? Never. And with that, we are going to leave you.
Todd would say, boring? I barely knew her. Did I do that right? No. Anyway, go on.
Well, we will wrap up number 500, so all of you can get out there and tech better. And we're going to go back to the parting sign from Hey
and the button that
Grandma.
says outro. There it is. That's excellent. I love it.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.